Oh my gosh.
Today on Rock the Park, we find out if we can conquer the mountain,
Mount Terror, Mount Forbidden. This is intense. I'm freaking out a little bit.
or if the mountain will conquer us.
What have we gotten ourselves into here?
Our adventure in the American Alps brings us right to the edge, and it all starts right now.
This is great! I could almost break down into tears right now.
I'm Jack Steward.
And I'm Colton Smith.
We love the national parks.
Oh my gosh.
It's all about packing up a car and just doing it. Just hitting the road.
Our goal is to visit every national park in this country.
And when you go off the beaten path like we do,
There's no telling what will happen next.
wow, ready for the time of your life?
Get set to rock the park. Welcome to North Cascades National Park, the wildest of the Pacific Northwest. Named for its numerous waterfalls, North Cascades is almost 700,000 acres of rugged mountain terrain, and 94% of that is pure wilderness. The park is located about 90 miles north of Seattle, Washington, on the Canadian border.
We love it for what it's not. It's not hard to get to, and it's not all that busy.
In fact, North Cascades only gets 27,000 visitors per year, and many of them head straight for the water, hiking trails, and the Environmental Learning Center, where they can stay overnight and learn about the mountains and wildlife.
The North Cascades ecosystem is one of the most biodiverse in the world. Our main mission is to get people out and fall in love with nature.
The park's 300-plus glaciers have carved out a landscape so dramatic that it's often called the American Alps. That's why we're here. We want to try a technical mountain climb for the first time, up Mount Sahale. Mount Sahale has an elevation of nearly 9,000 feet, and to get to its peak, you have to climb 7 miles straight up, over rocky cliffs and glaciers. But first, we want to check out some of the rest of it.
Look at that. That is ridiculous.
Man. This place is raw. You've got these huge snow-capped mountains, these gigantic cliffs all around you. It's insane.
These mountains are tall, they're jagged, and it's brutal terrain.
So we check in with Wilderness Ranger Rosemary Seyfried for some advice about climbing to Sahale Peak.
There are some glaciers that have broken up a lot. It's safe, you'll still have crevasses to be avoiding. On hot weather days, you hear those glaciers breaking and smashing down. You just hear this rumbling. That part's not safe. Right?
That's not where we want to be.
You don't want to be under that one.
Climbing a mountain glacier is no joke, so I'm glad we hired a professional guide to lead us up there tomorrow.
Now, tell me about a couple of the names of the peaks. Mount Terror?
Yes.
Okay.
Mount Despair, isn't that another
Yes,
one?
despair, desolation. is
Desolation.
one, yes.
It's not what you like to hear.
No.
We'll be tackling Mount Sahale tomorrow, but for today, we're gonna get our feet wet in the Skagit River.
We are officially going kayaking on Class 2 rapids.
Rapids are classified on a 1 to 6 scale, with Class 1 being the easiest and Class 6 being, well, Niagara Falls.
Now, we show up to the river, and we take one glance at it, and it is fast. This thing is moving. And I look over at Jack, and I can see that he is nervous. Come on, we'll be fine. All right.
Scott Somerville is an experienced kayaking instructor who gives us the basics before we shove off.
How's it going?
Doing pretty good, and you guys?
He's a little nervous.
What are we in for?
You'll be a little closer to the water than you would be in a raft. You're in for a little bit more bouncing. You're gonna hit some rapids down here. You're gonna get splashed. It's a lot of fun.
How cold is this water we're looking at in
I'd
case,
say
in
this
case
right
he falls
here,
out?
this water right here is probably 43, 44 degrees. It's all glacial melt.
So how long does that give me once I capsize to get out of the
If
water?
you're out within 3 or 4 minutes, you're okay.
I'm nervous. This intimidates me. It's an inflatable kayak going over rocks, but Scott says anybody can do this, so I'm gonna give it my best.
Are we ready to do this?
I'm ready.
Let's do it.
I think you're good to go.
Ooh, that's cold.
Okay, let's do it. You go first.
The Skagit River runs 120 miles from high in the Cascade Mountains in Canada
out to Puget Sound on the coast. The Skagit is home to one of the largest bald eagle populations in the United States, but we've got other things on our mind today.
I think I see the rapids.
Oh, I definitely see the
I'm
rapids.
trying to stay left like he told me to. I'm seeing a rock. The river's moving pretty fast, and I start to see these waves coming up. And Colton, of course, he's like, oh, yeah. Yes! Yes! But honestly, as I'm going, I start to feel comfortable. I'm steering this thing right now, and it feels really good. You having fun yet? Woo! Dude, it hasn't even begun. This is great. Today we're on the river, tomorrow we're summiting a mountain. I hate to cut the convo short, but we're not out of this yet. Whoa. Stay in the middle. Get over here.
We're in North Cascades National Park, burning off a little steam before our big mountain climb tomorrow.
Oh! Oh! Oh, yeah!
The Skagit River is a great warm-up, but I have a feeling we're gonna be in way over our heads when we climb Mount Sahale.
Woo! Wow. Yeah, baby.
Dude, that was awesome.
What a thrill. Let's go, get ready to climb a mountain.
Today's our big day. This is the adventure that we've been waiting for.
Sahale is a jagged, glacier-covered mountain that towers almost 9,000 feet above sea level. It'll take us 2 days to reach the summit with the help of our professional climbing guide, Martin.
How strenuous is this ascent we're doing to the base camp?
It's strenuous terrain, but it's not that long. You know,
Okay.
It's only like 2,500 feet of vertical, so it's not that big of a deal.
2,500. That's like half the Grand Canyon. That's the definition of a big deal. We're experienced hikers, but climbing 7 miles almost straight up a mountain is really going to test us. And Colton, who has an extreme fear of heights.
Hey, here goes nothing.
This is an unmaintained climber's route, which means these climbers have basically clawed their way through the woods.
The terrain isn't our only challenge.
It's pouring rain right now. We're getting soaked.
Why is it we're always soaking wet? I feel like I'm at I seriously feel like I'm at a water park right now.
A little bit slippery right there.
North Cascades is full of wildlife. Deer graze the high meadows, black bears snack on berries in the forests, and mountain goats are often seen on the rocky cliffs. Today, they all have the good sense to take cover.
I thought today was gonna be the nice, easy day. Tomorrow was gonna be the, oh my gosh, this has been crazy so far. And we still have more rivers to cross.
This hike up to base camp, this is no joke.
Right now we're headed back into an old growth forest, which is a nice change from the thick brush.
So Martin has informed us we're coming up to an avalanche path. It's where an avalanche comes down the mountain and takes out everything in its sight.
Wow, look at all the downed trees.
Oh. We got ahead an enormous pack.
We're about 4,000 feet up now, and we can see all the way down to the valley.
Look at that.
Wow, check that out.
We're making it up. Be really careful on the logs, they're extremely slippery.
All right, careful on the logs. Check. You just saw that. Oh.
We're gaining elevation here, so it's getting colder and colder.
It's cold enough that ice has formed over this waterfall.
Oh, you guys get used to that. Walking on a giant mound of ice, knowing that there's something not so good under you. So far on this trip, we've gone down raging rivers. Yes! We've climbed over avalanches. We've got doused with rain. And tomorrow, we're hopping on a glacier and hitting a mountain peak. One thing we've learned, the power of Mother Nature.
When a mountain can't be climbed in one day, a base camp is set up for climbers to get some rest and regroup before tackling the summit the next day. It's a welcome sight.
This is so nice.
Oh, man.
We're just arriving to base camp, we're soaked, and we're freezing.
We gotta be safe here and really start going to town, setting up camp and getting some rest.
It's starting to get real. It's definitely getting real.
It's pretty late. The sun's already starting to go down, and it's time for a little dinner.
So that right there, that's our meal. That's dinner.
That's dinner, that's breakfast, and that's lunch tomorrow. All we have to eat are peanut butter and honey sandwiches.
As rough as today has been, tomorrow's going to be even more intense.
It's about 10 p.m. We're going to be running on fumes tomorrow. We're getting up at 3 a.m.
And not only that, but then we have the actual task at hand.
Coming up, the scariest 3,000 vertical feet of our lives awaits us, if we can get past the glacier. It's next.
Day 2 of our battle to climb Sahale Peak in North Cascades National Park is just beginning.
It's 3 a.m. Doesn't matter how much of an adventure you're in store for, 3 a.m. is not a fun time to be awake. Coffee.
Even though it's pitch black, we've got to start before dawn because the glaciers get slick and treacherous by lunchtime.
Morning, guys.
We're in rough shape.
I haven't eaten enough, I haven't slept enough, and we're about to tackle the biggest challenge of our lives.
To reach the summit, we're gonna have to climb another 3,000 feet across glaciers before we tackle the steep, jagged peak that will undoubtedly test Colton's fear of heights.
We're excited about it, but at the same time, it's pretty daunting.
Wow. We finally see the sunrise.
Oh my gosh, look down that
This
way.
is the first time we've actually gotten a clear view of what's actually around us.
We can see our destination, it's right up there, but honestly, I think we're still a pretty good ways away, so let's get rolling, dude.
Yeah. We're filling up our water. We have a pump and we have an iodine. Neither are gonna come into play here because we're drinking it right from the stream. That's awesome.
That's good. That's really good.
So cold too.
Yeah,
It's great.
it was snow not very long ago, like this morning.
We've reached the base of the Kinsabe Glacier, a steep, giant chunk of ice nearly a mile wide that stands between us and the summit.
We're taking out the pickaxes, we're putting on the crampons.
Am I backwards right now?
Yeah, you're a little backwards.
Okay. This is why you have Martin along. He shows you how to do these things.
We're finally geared up, and now Martin is roping us together. The reason we're using these ropes is because we're going on a glacier where there are crevasses. What a crevasse is basically just a giant hole in the glacier. And these crevasses, they go down anywhere from 200 to 300 to 400 feet. So you don't want to fall into one. That's why we're going to be roped up in case one of us falls in, the other ones can brace, catch them, pull them out, and get to safety. This is the definition of an adventure. This is one of those things where you have absolutely no idea what you're in store for until you actually do it.
We're headed up this glacier, and I'm realizing how tough this is. I'm looking to my left, and I see a crevasse that goes down further than I can even see. I'm starting to really kind of rethink this.
Yeah. But there's no turning back now. Sahale Peak beckons.
Peak's getting closer. Looks like we've got a little more glacier to go across and then a little rock. This is pretty intense.
At this high altitude, there's less oxygen, and that makes us all short of breath. Our hearts are beating faster, and our packs are feeling heavier. Oh, and Colton is digging deep to conquer his fear of heights.
I'm doing okay. Then we get to the final stretch. And we come up on this ridge. Oh, man. And I peer over, and I see what is on the other side, and it is just this massive cliff that drops off thousands of feet.
This is way steeper than I thought it was gonna be, and this is just insane.
How you feeling?
I'm nervous. I'm incredibly nervous right now.
I'm not feeling the best either right now. My legs are starting to wobble. I'm wondering, is he gonna come with me? Am I going at this alone? What's gonna happen?
Just one step at a time.
Exactly. Do you get many people doing this who are afraid of heights?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, there's a lot of people who are sort of like trying to overcome that, struggle against it a little bit.
I guess that's good to know. It doesn't really help me out too much right now, but it's good to know. It's been done before.
So basically, as long as I don't say anything, we're moving together. And when I say stop, don't move a little bit, just like wait right there.
That's the easy part. Stopping.
It's time to do this. We start heading up, and Martin's in front, Jack's in the middle, and I'm in back. And so every step that Jack and Martin take, I just try to step exactly where they're going. And the entire time up the first ridge, I don't look once at the cliff or anything else around me.
Oh my gosh.
I'm looking at only what's in front of me. We come up over the ridge, and we get our first look at what the final stretch looks like.
And it is sheer rock. And my heart drops. It starts to pound.
I'm freaking out a little. This is insane.
I'm looking up at this cliff, and I don't see how we're gonna get up it. I have no clue if we're gonna be able to make it to the summit.
Now, how do we get up this?
Jack and I are all of a sudden dangling on the side of this cliff.
Sir, yeah, there you go.
There you go. There you go, man.
As we're about to do this final stretch, I'm overcome with so many emotions.
Oh man, where's my next handhold?
I am absolutely terrified right now.
I'm gonna go for that. Oh my gosh.
It's going to take one last leap of faith to make it to the top of Sahale Peak.
I am absolutely terrified right now.
I'm gonna go for that. Oh my gosh.
There we go. Okay. Nicely done.
I can't believe I've made it, but my climb's not complete until Colton joins me.
Hold on, just hold on, dude. Step down in here. Woo!
Oh my
Nice
God.
job, dude. Woo! We did it.
Oh my gosh.
Oh,
Wow. The view up here is absolutely spectacular.
that was the most insane thing I've ever done in my life.
Easily. It's incredibly spiritual to overcome such a deep fear. It's hard to put into words. It's something where you got to test your own limits and you got to see it for yourself. Oh man, I could almost break down into tears right now because that was a big feat for me.
Woo!
Oh man,
We did it, dude.
that was insane. My heart is just pounding out of my body right now. Man, gosh,
How'd
and
you do
you
it?
don't even have a thing with heights.
No, and I was terrified.
And you were terrified, yeah.
Absolutely terrified.
This is a national park that very few people know about, very few people visit, and the raw ruggedness of it is, it's just mind-boggling. You'll have the time of your lives and literally learn something so profound and strong about yourself that you'll carry it on for the rest of your life.
North Cascades surprised us in every possible way. And remember, if we can do it, so can you.
So the next chance you get, go out and rock the park. Hey everybody, thanks for watching. Make sure to leave any questions or comments that you have.
And please subscribe to the channel. There's a lot more to come.